Hi, everyone. Welcome to our weekly marketing chats, where we bring to you strategies and tactics from fellow experts. Today, I am excited to introduce to you our guest, Talia Schmidt. Talia is head of marketing at All Cloud. She brings with her a decade of experience in heading up marketing and business efforts for both service and product technology companies. She specifically focused on cloud technologies, working with companies such as AWS, Salesforce, and NetSuite Oracle. So today I'm excited to have her join us as we have a lot to learn from her. Talia, welcome.
Thank you, Riza. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. So Talia, let's just start, understanding a bit about you and yourself. So could you tell us a bit about yourself and how did you even get into marketing?
Okay, so this is an interesting story actually. After graduating from my MBA program, it was the international program at Tel Aviv University. Um, that's really where I started working in, I guess, the tech ecosystem in Israel. And the program was actually like very heavily focused on startups and innovation, and that was kind of the connection. And after the program, I filled a few positions, both in Israel and in China, and I worked a lot in, I guess, business development, or where business development kind of meets marketing, and then just kind of shifted into marketing naturally. So I've
Right.
done, yeah, so I've done business development, a little bit of sales roles, and then kind of shifted into marketing naturally, I guess.
Amazing, amazing, nice journey. So now you're at All Cloud. So could you tell us a bit about what All Cloud actually does?
Yeah, so All Cloud is it's a service company, and we provide services for companies that need help with their, I guess, cloud technologies. So whether that be cloud platforms like AWS, or cloud applications like Salesforce or NetSuite, we help them with their cloud journey, essentially, whether they're moving into the cloud or whether they need to kind of manage their presence in the cloud on different platforms, different applications. So that's what All Cloud does.
Amazing, amazing. And I noticed that you actually partner with a lot of cloud providers like AWS, Salesforce, and
We
Oracle,
do.
right?
Yeah, we do. We are an AWS Premier Partner. We're a Platinum Partner for Salesforce. We're a partner of NetSuite Oracle. So we're very focused on our partnerships, and we do a lot of work with our partners, helping them, presenting them in the market, really, and helping those solutions kind of thrive in the market. We have locations in Israel. We're headquartered out of Israel, and then we have locations in Germany as well, in Berlin and in Munich, and we have presence and practices in the US with offices in New York and San Francisco and Toronto. So
Amazing. So that brings me to trying to understand and get into our topic of today. Today, we wanted to talk about how do marketers contribute to business continuity in these times of economic downturn. So I would like to really start off with your relationship with your partners first. So you're working with companies like AWS and Salesforce, and these are huge giants in the industry. And as
mhm.
a premium partner, I can imagine that your relationship with them was quite different before this pandemic started. So could you tell us a bit about what you're doing now with them compared to what you had planned before this crisis?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I wouldn't say that the relationship was very different. I would say though that we are all facing new challenges, right? And these challenges we've this we don't have experiences with these specific challenges in the past. I think like a lot of the industry has lived through the economic downturn of 2008, and maybe even the the burst of the dot-com bubble, depending on how long you've been in the industry, but they were so different. This is really the first time I think that a lot of us are in a situation that we've never lived through. We might never live through again. So the relationship, while not very different, I do think it's a lot stronger. So pulling together to help our mutual clients weather these economic challenges is, I think, key focus for us and our partners. And as we align on those goals, our partnership gets stronger, and we focus on bringing more value to the market, to the communities that we're working in, and to the ecosystem that we live in, depending on what we want to do. So an example would be us working with Salesforce, for example, to pull together a project. This is just a very recent example. 2 weeks ago, we worked together with Salesforce to pull together a project for the Israeli Ministry of Finance, and
Right.
this is a really amazing story. I'm so proud of this. We helped them set up a platform for business owners to be
Right.
able to submit loan applications for government-backed loans, and this system was up in days, like very quick turnaround, very successful. And right now, even as we're speaking, business owners can submit requests for loans, and these are government-backed loans, and with everything that means, financial benefits, interests, whatever. And we were able to be there and support our clients, both the Ministry of Finance, who we've worked with in the past, but also the communities within we live, and supported by our partners at Salesforce. So very successful.
So I could imagine just how much marketing activity had to be around this. So you
Yeah,
had not slept, I think, in the last 3 weeks trying to pull off that project. I am quite sure,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's these things turn around so quickly. Especially, like I said, especially these days. Like, looking back at the beginning of the crisis, it's only been what, like 5, 6, 7 weeks. It seems like a lifetime, but really it hasn't been that long, and we've done so much.
Yeah.
We've really been able, and I think we're very proud of this. We really were able to respond quickly, and have an answer for our own business, right? So All Cloud needs to continue to serve its clients and communities, its partners, whether the times are really good, or whether the times are really challenging. We have commitments to our clients. So yeah, we were able to respond quickly and turn these things around quickly, and that's something to, I think, be really proud of.
I am sure, because you know what you just highlighted. We
Yeah.
marketers often get stuck in our processes and in our perfection and wanting things to be
Yeah.
perfect. This is a prime example of not having any room for doing over or mistakes, but you're just having to ship something and get it out the door regardless, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, thinking back, to the day where there was a big announcement where everyone, like, okay, within 24 hours, you need to be ready to work. The entire organization, this is hundreds of people, right? They all need to start working from home. And this is not just our organization. This is organizations around the country and really around the world. And now organizations need to kind of make that shift really quickly. And what we did was, we put together a project which we called the Business Continuity Response Center. And
Right.
this is a project where we helped our clients ensure their business continuity through work in the cloud. So if they needed assistance with remote desktop solutions, we were there to help them. If they needed to work they're a service company and they have phone service, people answering the phones all the time, and now these people can't come into work every day. Then we have solutions to help them build an autonomous call center really, really quickly. We have solutions for DevOps engineers and data engineers, and all of these resources available to them as they need them. And maybe they didn't even realize what they needed to start, but they had someone that they could call and say, like, I'm having this challenge. What can you do to support me? And we were able to help them. And this was enabled by our partners, right? So the project for the Ministry of Finance is really a Salesforce platform account, right? And an autonomous call center is an AWS Connect service. So these were all enabled by our partners.
Amazing. And you highlighted a couple things that I want to spend some time deep diving in
Sure.
because, I saw the content that you produced for that business continuity center, and it involved a video with all of your team members from all different parts of the world. How
Yeah.
did you pull that one off?
So, so the campaign for the business continuity response center was really, it had a few different components, right? So we did have the traditional landing pages and ads going out. We did have the emails to the clients and all those different components pulled together. But
Mhm.
one of the things that we did was, like you said, the videos. And there were two kinds of videos. The first was really from within All Cloud, subject matter experts talking about these solutions. What does it mean to build an autonomous call center in just a few hours? What does it mean to have a remote desktop solution set up in just a few hours? And then the other kind of video was really a video from our team to your team kind of video to communicate that we're here for whatever support you need. And it was a challenge. I won't lie. Like, putting the videos together, it like everyone on the team had to contribute, right? We needed to get the scripts written, and then we needed to get the technology down and taping, and then taping again, because not everyone's used to making videos all the time, right? And
Exactly.
then we needed editing, and then we needed social media promotions and posting and things like that. So really many people pulled together to get this done, and I think the result is really, really inspiring, and I was really proud of it.
Nice, nice. I also was impressed by that video because, just today I was having a discussion with a video expert, and he offers services like this, trying to get companies to do more videos. And he said to me, Risa, the most challenging thing about doing these videos is not really about getting the videos done. It's mostly about getting the people prepared for the videos because
That's
they
true.
don't understand, how to sit in front of a camera. They
Yeah.
will say things that they will just cut short. So you have to, prompt them to continue to speak or, have a special facial expression. So there's so much that goes into it, right?
Right, there is so much that goes into it. I think that what we've learned, like the biggest takeaway from making the videos, was people really need to be comfortable with what they're saying and avoid kind of, we did have scripts written out, and we did have talking points written out, but people really need to feel comfortable with what they're saying, and they need to understand the main talking points enough and have them memorized, so they don't need to be reading off of a screen, because it comes out, it doesn't come out as good. It's not as
Exactly.
professional, right? So just, and practice makes perfect here. And here we were pressed for time because we did want to turn these around really quickly, and there were all these challenges and all these people like waiting for the product. So I think we did one, and then the second one was better, and the third one was even better, and it just, like, you just keep churning them out, and eventually, like, you get a result that is you're happy with.
All
Yeah.
right, good. So I guess you'll be doing many more videos coming up, right?
So we want to, I mean, I think people respond really well to videos, and it's very engaging, especially if you have a message that people can connect with.
Yeah.
Then the videos are very engaging, and people really enjoy them. So yeah, we definitely want to try, as we move forward with marketing projects in 2020, and who knows what 2020 is going to look like from now on, right? Like no one
Exactly.
knows, right? But we do want to incorporate more videos. So we do have, for example, we're still doing case studies, right? But then today we said, why don't we do both a case study, publish it on our website, but we can also try a video case study. Like, we'll see how that works. If it doesn't work like we want, then we don't have to use it. But we can try. We can see how people engage with it. We can see if people like it, if they don't. So I think
Amazing.
trying is the key. Is the key.
Amazing. That's a good point. And I want to talk a bit about what you're going to be doing next, because you've been on a roll. You launched like two major campaigns in less than a month, and this I'm sure was not on your calendar at the beginning of the year, right?
No, it was definitely not on the calendar. None of this was on the calendar.
So this is total pivoting. So tell me what you think you want to do in the next couple of weeks, since you're seeming to do things every day.
So, things are changing so quickly. It's just so hard to say. I think we're moving very, very quickly. And as things progress, we're learning as we go. But there are a few, I think, key anchors that we work with, or really a few stars that we've set our compasses to. And the first is work with partners. Our
Mhm.
partners, very, very strong relationships. So work with them, communicate with them, align with them on what our goals are, what their goals are, and how we can support them in their goals as well. And keep the lines of communication open, both to the partners and to the clients. Those are two very, very important pieces. And then the second thing is, we did have a marketing plan for 2020. So maybe we look at it again and we re-examine it again, and we see what is still relevant and what is not. Saying, we need to throw it out and do something new, I don't know that that's true.
Right.
Our messages are strong, and they were part of our strategy to begin with for a reason, right? So maybe we need to kind of shift the media mix a little bit. Maybe we need to do more videos and less written case studies. But the core of the plan, I think, is still very strong. So we might shift a little bit in tactics, but the strategy is very much the same.
Amazing. I would like to talk a little bit about your KPIs, because in these last two campaigns you've launched, how did you think the response was? What were your analytics like? And did you find that you got more responses in these campaigns during this time, or were your campaigns before the crisis started performing better than these campaigns?
So I think the key here is that we're looking at KPIs that are a little bit different,
Right.
right? So if in the past our KPIs were, I don't know, and every company is a snowflake, right? So they're all a little bit different, and they all have their own kind of KPIs.
Mhm.
Technology companies tend to have KPIs around pipeline. So what are the incoming leads looking like? How many are there? What quality they are? Those kinds of things.
Right.
And then uh, just, I guess, looking at these campaigns, or KPIs were probably a little bit different. And if the core KPIs for your company that you're working with is pipeline, and now people are not buying so much anymore, the contracts aren't getting signed as quickly, and the sales cycles are taking a little bit longer and things like that, just because people are more cautious right now, and this is just the way things are, then you kind of need to adjust what you're looking at. And moving up the waterfall makes a lot of sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were looking at pipeline, then maybe now you're looking at the number of incoming leads. If you were
Right.
looking at the number of incoming leads, so maybe now you're looking at, traffic to the website or traffic to the landing page or things like that. So just moving up the waterfall just as far up as it makes sense, and then focusing on those KPIs. And the good thing about waterfalls, I think, is, if you strengthen the stream, then you'll feel it in the pond at some point, right? There will be more in there at some point. So maybe not today or, next week, but things will eventually maybe not go back exactly to what they used to be, but people are talking about the new normal and what going back to normalcy will look like. So maybe it'll be a new normal, but you'll still be able to feel all the work that you did during this crisis later on in the year. So
Yeah.
focusing on them.
I totally hear that. And as you mentioned the new normal as well, I think we as marketers have to realize we have to do things a bit differently when we get back into our new normal. And I would love to hear from you. What kind of strategies do you think should be implemented after the crisis? What do you think we can be doing differently that we didn't do before, didn't even consider before?
So again, companies kind of they differ, but I think that, and obviously, like, I'm a little bit biased here, right? I have a little bit of a position, but I think that, cloud technologies and having your organization in the cloud is key. So if your organization isn't there yet, then it probably needed to get some kind of cloud component just to weather this crisis. But I think looking into the future, I see a lot of companies and a lot of organizations strengthening their cloud competencies, cloud infrastructures, cloud usage. If they're already using the cloud on different parts of the business, on different business units, then they might expand on that. So there are definitely like opportunities there, and I see that being part of the strategy for many companies moving forward. I think they would have to be, in order to, no one knows if this is gonna go away forever, if it's gonna go away and come back. So you definitely want to be ready for a situation again where you can't once again go into the office. And if you're caught off guard a second time, then, like, I don't know what to say to you, right? Like,
I know, right?
yeah,
Exactly. And it was really a very common thread throughout the last couple weeks, because I had so many companies who were speaking to us before to come on to do more digital marketing and to start
yeah,
doing more online stuff. And they were hesitant. They were like, why do I need this? My business is successful. I can send my sales reps out. And now that it has hit them that no one can move and they had to be online because it was the only way for them to actually manage their businesses, they
yeah,
ended up calling us. Rain, I don't have a break. I have phone calls every day where people are now saying, get me HubSpot or get me marketing. I need some PPC campaigns. I need videos, because they now realize the urgency of really getting online and not depending on just their field teams to bring them
yeah.
business, right?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe that's why the videos were so popular and very engaging with people, is that they miss that interaction. So they want to see people, because they are not meeting them in the office. They're not, like, meeting them in different places. They're not going to business meetings. So seeing someone on a video talking, even talking about, like, a remote desktop solution is interesting and more engaging than reading a blog post about remote desktop solutions. So
And you're
yeah.
right, and now that you mentioned videos again, I'd like to ask you, so tell me a bit about the process in terms of, did you do all of the work in-house by yourself as the marketing team, or did you use an external company to come in and help with some of this?
So we did it all ourselves, and it was, like I said, it was a challenge, which I think we did rise to the challenge. I do like the final product, but yeah, we did it all ourselves, and these are very simple videos, right? They're just
Right.
very, very clear cut subject matter experts talking into a laptop camera. Very simple, and of course you can go as simple or as complex as you want on these things. Our goals was really the content around it and to turn it around quickly so we can communicate our messages clearly and quickly to our client base and our followers. But yeah, you can go as there are so many things you can do, right? But with video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But what I liked about what you said is how you still managed to do it in-house by yourself and you made it
Yeah.
simple. So
Yeah.
the quality of the videos you did, if you want to see the video, just go to All Cloud page or hook up with Talia, you'll see the videos they've done. And you
Yeah.
can see that, it really was a simple execution in terms of your team members were speaking to their cameras and then somebody edited it and brought it all together. So it really was not that complicated. So more and more people should really understand that they have to invest in videos, and this is one of the ways to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Amazing.
I agree. I
So
agree.
as we get close to the end of our time here, I would just love to hear some final parting words from you. What is like one piece of advice you would like to leave to marketers today going through this crisis and how they can cope to really continue to add value and add business continuity to their businesses?
So I think it's a challenge, but adapting quickly and turning things around quickly is important, right? So there is a lot of merit to getting things right, but you definitely want to make sure that if you have a message that you want to communicate, then you can put it out there and get responses quickly and then measure and course correct. And you're always measuring and course correcting as you go. That's the main message, I think. And then try to contribute to the conversation, right? So support your communities, support your customers, support your partners, and contribute to the conversation in a productive way, not scaring people, not, trying to bank on a poor situation, but really being supportive there for your customers and your partners is also a good message, I think.
I really appreciate those two pieces of advice. Thank you so much. Guys,
Sure.
you heard it from Talia herself. First
Sure.
thing, done is better than perfect. Get your messages out there, get your campaigns out there. Don't get stuck in the long processes and the long waits of approvals and the long waits of testing. There's no better time than now to really test things live and see the responses you're getting for your campaigns before making a decision on them. And secondly, support your community. So Talia is mentioning to us that we have to get out there and see how our customers need our help. And don't think so much about the bottom line right now. Think about providing value. Think about really supporting them and getting them through this time.
Yeah, I think
So
value contributes to the bottom line. That's the message, right? So worry about providing value, and the bottom line will be taken care of through that.
amazing. Thank you so much, Talia. It was amazing speaking to you. Guys,
Sure.
thank you for joining us tonight. It was lovely having you on. And if you want to reach Talia to be able to get more questions or answer and have more answers to your questions, feel free to connect with her on LinkedIn, right, Talia?
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm happy to give advice. I'm on LinkedIn. Reach out. No problem.
Amazing. Lovely. So thank you, everyone. Keep safe, stay home, or at least stay away from everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
You're welcome, Talia.
Bye.